Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 2020 Spring Player Parent Meeting. My name is Mike Brazil. I'm the head football coach of Woodstock High School. This is my third year as the head football coach at Woodstock. Prior to this, from 2006 to 2012, I was at Woodstock High School as the offensive coordinator and the varsity offensive and defensive line coach. And then I went to Leiden High School Townships for 2 years, was under Coach Tom Sarasani as the varsity offensive line coach, and then I was the head varsity football coach at Hampshire High School for 4 years. And now I find myself back home here at Woodstock. I am a graduate of Woodstock High School, graduated in 1999. And me and my teammates were fortunate enough to win the state championship in 97. And I bleed blue, love the community, love the high school, and am a blue streak for life. So thanks for being a part of this program. We really believe that this program is a bit of a family. And so that's included in our program vision. Every stakeholder involved in the Blue Streak football program is dedicated to developing the whole player. As a football family, we care deeply for each other and are willing to sacrifice blood, sweat, and tears for one another. We will encourage and push each other to be the best individual we can be personally, academically, and athletically. Our program will develop our players to be a champion for life. And we believe that's the most important thing is that we prepare these young men to be great leaders in our communities and great husbands and great sons and friends and employees moving forward. And that's the goal. That's really the goal of our program. All right. That's done through our core values, which spell out the word pride. They are as follows: preparation, respect, integrity, discipline, and excellence. I'll pause here for a second if you want to read through each one of these. You can take a look at what we mean by each one of these terms. At the end of each week, we do have our Pride Award for the scout team player, the player that exhibited the most of these values throughout the week, and they become honorary captains for that week, and we'll walk out with the captains for the coin toss. So a really special moment for a lot of players over the years, and we've really been able to identify some kids that really do it the right way. So those are our core values and what we hang our hat on. All right, our 2020 coaching staff here. Varsity coaches, myself, I'm the head coach along with the offensive coordinator and the O-line and D-line coach at the varsity level. Coach Pat Ryan is the defensive coordinator. I'm not going to click on these in this video, but you can go to, I'll show you how you can access this presentation. You can kind of get to know all the people through that. All right. Coach Tom Mitchell is our defensive assistant coach at the varsity level and our linebackers coach for the program. Oh, and also Coach Ryan is the safeties coach. A newcomer here this year, Coach Alhava. He's an offensive assistant coach, and he's also the running backs coach for the program. Coach Blake is another newcomer here for 2020. He is a graduate from Wheaton North High School and attended Baylor University, where he received his engineering degree. He played offensive line at Wheaton North, played one semester at Baylor University before entering into the engineering program, and that consuming most of his time was ended up not continuing with football, but he will be coaching O-line, D-line, and also long snappers for us. Fresh soft coaches include Coach Walker. He is the head coach and also the O-line, D-line coach. Coach Keel Mitchell is the defensive coordinator and the cornerbacks coach for the program. Coach Kunze is the offense coordinator for the Fresh Soft team, and he is the quarterback coach for the program. And Coach Cullum is the offensive assistant for Fresh Soft, and he is the wide receivers coach for the program. Another newcomer here this year is Coach Carroll. Coach Carroll has spent many years with the St. Mary's coaching staff and has produced some quality teams here, especially over the last 3 years. He is a Woodstock graduate as well, so another guy that bleeds blue. And you can see our coaching staff. A lot of these guys, I think majority of the guys are actually Woodstock alum. And so, they absolutely love the program. They love the community. They're a part of the community. And we really care for our kids, and because we've all been there before. So it's really a great staff to be a part of, and again, a great football family to be a part of as well. All right. Summer camp adjustments. We are living in a time right now where, there's a lot of worry about safety and health with COVID-19 and the virus being around. And so, right now, the IHSA has suspended all summer contact days for all sports. That may be changing here soon, and we'll talk more about that. June will be a virtual summer camp and lifting. Here you can see a website that we are producing to get information out to our players. Each player will have access to this website, and it is blocked to anybody outside trying to come in. And it is a website that will have our offensive playbook, our defensive playbook, our special teams. We'll also post our workouts here as well for each week. You can take a look at the coaching staff, and then also you got a calendar here. The calendar is going to be hugely important because we're going to have this calendar up for everybody to check into their Google Meets and all that. So, hugely important item there is our website that was created for this off season. We will invite our players and our parents to the website, and they'll need a password in order to get in. It'll be done through their Google accounts, and so if you're not signed up for, or we don't place you on this website, it'll just come up as a 404 error. So make sure you contact me with the email address or the Google account that you want to use for accessing this website, and we'll add you in as a person that can view it. Okay. All right. So, lifting, speed, and agility home workouts will be sent out by Coach Wenzel, like they have been through April and May. And we want to continue that. And parents continue to stay on your kids to do it every single day. The harder you work, the more success you're going to see in anything you do in life. And the same is true for football. If they're sitting on the couch and they're not doing anything and they're not working out and getting stronger, there's teams that are going to pass them by. Just like if you're, going for a job interview and you're not doing your homework on the company or the position, people are going to pass you up. People are going to work harder than you to be better. So really need to make sure that we're getting these things done. All right. Football, team and position meetings at 9 a.m. We're going to teach the offense. We'll also teach the defense and give you guys individual drills and techniques to work on while you're at home as well. All right. And so that's June 8th through July 2nd. And this can all change at any given time. As soon as the IHSA may come out here today and say, hey, we're going to get going on Monday. And if that's the case, then we got to be prepared for that. We, at any given time, can start the football season and start our training camp through the summer. So families need to be ready. We'll show a little bit more of that in the next few slides with the calendar. All right. We're optimistic that July, things are starting to open up already. We're optimistic that by July, we will be able to at least gather in small groups, if not as a full team, to start going through football training. Obviously, nothing is set in stone. It's a very fluid situation at this time. And so that's where I see potentially us having an opportunity to get together more on a regular basis, which doesn't hurt us much. That's something that we normally do is, baseball and basketball are set for June. So if you're a multi-sport athlete, those are the sports you concentrate on. And then July football season gets going. So here's our summer calendar. As you can see here, June, we'll get going June 8th with our football camp and lifting camps. You can see through here, it's Monday through Thursday, 9 to 11 a.m. Allows kids to have a summer job in the afternoon. Fridays are off, so you get an extended weekend each week through June. And so it's really the opportunity for families, if you do want to get away, you can get away. We have 2 weeks right after school and then 2 weeks right before football starts where we have nothing specifically set out for kids to do. But those are the times where you can get away and have those couple week vacations and travel the country and see the sights. Every Wednesday, we will be going down to Burlington Central. They have committed that as soon as we're able to open up and do it, we're going to do it. It's for Fresh Soft and for Varsity. It's 5 o'clock p.m. Every Wednesday night, heading down to a middle school down in Elgin. So July is our busy time. July, we are Monday through Friday, 9 to noon. It will go for 3 weeks. The Wednesday 7-on-7s continue, but then we also have McHenry come in for a joint camp in which we will have offense, defensive line, and all that there to do some one-on-ones and some just some techniques and drills and things that we like to share ideas and as coaches, and they got a great coaching staff over there. We also do the similar thing with Crystal Lake South and then Burlington Central as well. Our youth camp is the 13th and 14th at night. We will we'll get involved with our youth and teach them our offense, teach them skills that we teach and drills that we teach as well. All right. If you take a look here, 20th, 21st, and 22nd, we're supposed to be going to UW Whitewater. Talk more about that, but that's going to be our 2-a-day sessions through there. All right. As we get into August, there's a dead week. Now, this dead week may change as well. The HSA, if we miss a large amount of days during the summer, the HSA may lift the ban on the dead week, and that in that case, we'd start going here August 3rd through the 7th. But as more information comes to me, I'll get it out to you as fast as humanly possible. All right, fall season starts on the 10th, and we are going to go through. We have our first 2 games, Ottawa and St. Viator. We're going to be the Road Warriors for the first 2 weeks, but I really feel it's an opportunity for us to gain a couple wins and really test to see where we're at, especially with that St. Viator game. A Catholic school that has traditionally been a pretty strong team. We're really going to find out what we're made of at that point as well. And Ottawa's it's been a close game the last 2 years with us. We're traveling on the road down to them, which is a long bus ride, and we got to be ready to go to get off the bus and get ready to play. So we are doing Saturday practices this year, 9 to 11, film and then practice. I felt last year we did no Saturday practice because we tried to do everything on huddle. But as the season went on, we saw less and less kids engaged in huddle film work and watching and all that. So we need to make sure we're on top of that here this year coming up. All right. Best times for summer vacation. We all like to take our summer vacations. I do as well. We're going up to Hayward this summer and down to Florida and over to Colorado. And so we need these vacations. So May 21st to June 7th is 2 weeks there in which you can take off and get away. And then July 25th through August 9th. So if you're looking to get involved in vacations, that's the best time to do it. This is going to be consistent throughout the entire 4 years that your son is playing football for us. So count on that. 2 weeks after 2 weeks after the end of school, and then 2 weeks before or prior to the start of football. All right. So summer calendar, as mentioned before, summer weightlifting camp is suspended. We'll continue with the home workout. Summer campus visit, UW Whitewater decided last Friday or the Friday before that they will not host any campus visits this summer. And so we are out this summer from going up to UW Whitewater. I'll talk a little bit more about that. Football summer camp is again suspended. We will meet virtually until the suspension is lifted. Virtual meetings will begin 9 a.m. June 8th. So make sure your son's looking for an email, looking for an invite to the Google Meet. We'll also send it to parents as well so that you guys can stay on top of them, make sure they're getting done what they need to get done. Start of fall practice is August 10th, 3:45 p.m. on the upper field, and it's the start of the 2020 season. I can't wait. All right, so the NFHS guidelines were just produced by the National Federation of High Schools, and so they ranked different sports as different levels of risk. Low risk sports being things like track, cross country, where there is no physical contact between participants. There's usually a greater distance between participants and things like that. So obviously football with contact every single play, people being in each other's face, the opportunity of saliva particles being exchanged and air particles being exchanged. Football has been deemed a high risk sport by the NFHS. Now, this is not the IHSA guidelines. Those are soon to come out, I'm sure, but this does at least give some sort of framework for the IHSA to work off of. And so I want to make sure that everybody's aware of this and what's going on. So phase 1, no gatherings of 10 or more people. Outdoor gatherings of 5 to up to 50, and indoor is still at 10 is phase 2. And then phase 3 is indoor and outdoor 50 plus. It has been noted in this document by the NFHS that football would begin potentially practicing in phase 3. And so, we got a ways to go, and we'll see how the HSA interprets this and what they determine to be the best. And we listen to medical professionals. If the county health department says that we're good to go, then we'll go. If they say, it's still just too risky, then obviously we got to continue to make adjustments. All right, game attendance. This is going to be something that's going to be different this year too. So tier 1, players, coaches, and officials are the only people allowed to actually be at games. We do have the huddle for and finding a way to potentially live stream our football games so our fans and our families can watch it. Tier 2 is the media. They'll allow media there as well. And then tier 3, they'll allow the fans to be in attendance. Players must have their own water bottles or a team watering station, no packs of waters like we've done in the past. We've got an 8-pack of water where it's 8 water bottles. Everybody shares it, and we move on. Everybody's going to need their own water bottles to be around for practice, or we need to know Coach Kirkpatrick's talking about getting some of those water boy stations where it's a 50-gallon drum of water with some individual spigots off of it. Nobody's touching their lips to it or anything like that. It's just simply squirting water into your mouth. Other things that are included in this document are daily temperature checks, daily surveys, documenting any sort of symptoms or ill feelings of any of the players, and then sending them home, shutting them down for 2 weeks, all of that. So all that's laid out in this document, and you can access that document here through this website that's linked up. All right. So UW Whitewater football camp. Obviously, we're disappointed that we're not able to go to Whitewater. Our kids love it every single year, but we are thinking of alternatives. So if the IHSA lifts the suspension by July 20th, we will host a 2-day camp at Woodstock High School to get the same reps as UW Whitewater camp. The camp is for sophomores through seniors. Freshmen can take those 3 days off, and the possibility of overnight stay at WHS if allowed the night of July 21st into the 22nd. So here you can see a schedule of what we have planned for those 3 days if we're not able to, because we are not able to go to Whitewater, and if the suspension is lifted by the IHSA. So, all right. Something else that we put in together here this year is the BSN Locker Shop. This locker shop has all sorts of apparel, Nike apparel, BSN apparel. It has a girdle here that you can buy for $27 if you don't like, which I still think is kind of gross, that we share girdles with people throughout the years. The girdle is an undergarment used by individuals, and so you can buy one here for $27. You can keep all 4 years. They're really nice girdles. We have some in the cage if you do need a girdle. We do have them available, but I suggest ordering one just because then you have your own son in his own girdle. Also, you have the different gloves and cleats here. A lot of these cleats are for well over $100 online if you're to look at Eastbay or Amazon or anywhere else. So we're getting them at a discounted price because we are a team, and BSN kind of puts this together for us. If you click on this link here, this is where you can locate the shop, and just click this link down here, and what'll pop up is the shop right here. And all these orders are going to go to your individual homes. So when you order, it's not coming to me as the coach, and then I got to get them out to you. They go to all of your homes. So you'll get them right on your front door, and you have different sizes, ladies gear, different colors. So like 3 colors available, 2 colors available. You have all of the different cleats, gloves, girdle, you name it, it's all here for you. a backpack, a duffel bag, a stadium chair for you when you're sitting in the bleachers, hopefully well into the playoff season. That's something that a lot of people really like. So we put this together for you. You can't find prices like this on Nike gear or anything else anywhere. So take full advantage. The shop does close June 4th here, so get your orders in pretty quickly. And if I'm able to close it June 4th because we have enough minimum sales, then usually it gets to you in about 3 to 4 weeks. So that'd be just about right for the start of our actual season. And our camp in July. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. All right. All right. Backers Club, hugely important. We need people to volunteer. We need people to be a part of the Backers Club. The Backers Club does so much for our programs, not only football programs, but every program at Woodstock High School. They provide new uniforms for all programs. They help all programs with equipment and technology and facilities that they need. The Backers Club has undertaken a huge renovation or a facelift of Laerdale Field and the facilities around it. There's a new scoreboard going in. There's some fence wrapping going around it. They're redoing, they're putting new flags up. They're putting new signs up. They're doing all these things that are just trying to make our facilities the best they possibly can be. And as Mr. Trona said the other night, I believe we have one of the best facilities in all of McHenry County, if not the state of Illinois. With the hill there and the bleachers, and it's just a great atmosphere and a beautiful place to play Laerdale Field, the game of football. And so, we need people to help. One of their major fundraisers or one of their major revenue streams is concessions, and they need people to come and help with concessions. So if you're a varsity parent, please help concessions get open and cook for the fresh soft game. And if you're a fresh soft parent, help concessions at the varsity game. And it's a great time in there, great people, and it's so much fun. And another thing Mr. Trona said is, in inclement weather, it's nice to be in there with a roof over your head and some heat and all that. So please consider volunteering just at least one event during each athletic season to help out the Backers Club and be a part of it. Other items: academic eligibility. Your student must pass 5 classes in the spring semester to be eligible for the fall, and then they need to continue to pass 5 classes through the fall. If they do not do that or they slip below that, then they're going to be academically ineligible. There is summer remediation, so if your student did not pass 5 classes or has a numerous amount of incompletes, they need to make sure they get done with that summer remediation period. Code of conduct: vaping. You're under the code of conduct 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If you're caught vaping, drinking alcohol, engaging in illicit drugs, you are committing crimes, then we don't want you to be a part of our program. That's not who we are. That's not what we want our program to represent. And, playing football is a privilege. It's really not a right. At the District 200 takes this very, very seriously, as do I, that we want our young men acting in appropriate ways and staying healthy and, not harming themselves. And so we really take this as a very serious matter. Physical forms before the first practice. If you do not have a physical form, the first practice, you will sit. And you need to have 14 practices in before the first game. So if you're waiting to get in for a physical and all of a sudden the doctors are, all filled up in the fall because, everybody and their mother needs a physical, for school, for sports, then and you're waiting a week, you're going to sit the first game. So take care of that during the summer as doctors begin to open up. You really make sure you take care of that. All right, 8 to 18 registration. You need to make sure you're registered on 8 to 18. If you're not registered on 8 to 18, you can't practice either. So those are the two things: physical forms and 8 to 18 registration. If you don't have those things completed, you're not going to be able to set foot on the field. And if you miss several days, then you run the risk of not playing in that first game against Ottawa. All right, absences from practice or camp. Please make sure that you contact either myself or Coach Walker. If you're a varsity athlete, contact myself through email, which you'll see at the end here, And then if you're a fresh soft coach or a fresh soft player, please contact Coach Walker. It's hugely important for us to get our game plan, or I'm sorry, our practice plan all set up so we know who's there. If somebody's missing and we're expecting them to play a position and they're not there, now we got to scramble and find somebody else. So please give us the heads up if you're not going to be in attendance. All right, modes of communication. Each week I try to send out kind of an update of our schedule and what we have coming up and maybe a message for the week. So it's 8to18.com. Once you register there, you'll be able to receive emails and texts. BlueStreakAthletics.com or the VNN website. There'll be alerts that are sent out that will pop up as text messages, as emails. Your athlete should be signed up for Huddle after the first day of camp, and they'll receive messages that way, and they can see the installs, they can see film that way. That's a huge app. Make sure they turn on the notifications. Facebook, Blue Streak football page. If you're a big Facebooker, we get information out through Facebook, and then Twitter at StreaksFB. That is my Twitter handle, and I'll get out the schedule that way too. If you have questions or anything else, coachbrazil@gmail.com is my email, and you guys have probably seen a lot of emails from me already, but that's where I'll send my emails from, is that account there, and I'll send you an email each week as well. All right, so All In 2020 player information form. If you have not completed this, make sure that you do that. It is important for us to divide our kids up into our position groups so that they can get the proper coaching that they need and where they see fit. And we may change some guys around too. You may want to play one position, but we see you as a better fit in another position because we think you're a really good athlete, and there's another guy who's a really good athlete right where you're at. And maybe we're deficient in another spot, and we need another guy there. So be flexible. Us coaches, we want to see everybody succeed as best we possibly can. So it's really important for you to be flexible. Tell us what position you want to be in and where you see yourself playing. Then we'll make adjustments as we continue to go through camp and we go through the start of the season. So this is sent out about a week ago. So if you've already filled it out, you don't need to fill it out again, but we do need that in. Okay. All right. So that is our 2020 spring player parent meeting. And I do have to talk about All In here real quick. All In is something that, we pulled from Clemson and Coach Dabo Sweeney. All In really means that whatever you do in life, whether if it's football or work or academics or whatever it is, whatever God-given talents you have, go all in with them. If you can bench 150 pounds, be the best 150-pound bencher you can possibly be and play your heart out. If you bench, 305 pounds, like David Chinlin, you got you be the best 305-pound bencher you can possibly be. Just put everything in so you don't have any regrets or any excuses at the end of the year. And, success will take care of itself from there. So be all in, be with us. We're excited about this 2020 season and making that push for the playoffs. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. And we'll talk to you later.